Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the established 3D artist known as Josh Brockett. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at the impact of rhythm, scale. We're also going to explore the red pill symbolism from the Matrix. Let's jump right into it. So at first sight, we're struck by a flood of blood red light. Your first impression is likely one of shock due to the scary and harrowing sight of this wrought work. And so the first things you're likely to notice, of course, is the impact of color. But next to that is how space is used within the work at hand, right? We see three pillars really placed evenly spaced from one another within the work at hand. Of course, they're defined by only the faintest of accents here. And next, of course, the thing that struck me instantly is the impact of color, right? It's just so vibrant here. And of course, the nature of red is always a very visceral and striking tone, kind of like the unforgettable and irreversible sight of first blood. And within this work, we also see the impact of texture, right? Most of the work has this hazy aesthetic, if you will, but of course, that gives a sense of mysticism or the unknown to this very dangerous composition. And another thing I noticed, of course, is this vibrance, right? The impact of light here. It's so vibrant, you're just not going to miss it here. It just possesses this piece, really every pixel of this powerful piece with a vivid visual energy. You're just not going to miss it here. With this in mind, how do y'all feel when you view this piece? So we see these three pillars, right? They draw our eye instantly, and there's even a sense of visual rhythm, of course, quite evenly spaced from one another. But within this work, of course, that's so different from the rest of this display. This piece is just pure chaos, so a little bit of visual rhythm is just going to get lost, right? This sense of vibrance, this sense of the red in this dangerous display is truly going to overpower that sense. And you may also notice, of course, after a bit of time with this work, this lone subject in the lower right region. It's hard to say who or what this subject is. All we're offered is this anonymous silhouette. But you notice, of course, the work at hand, they're just dwarfed by that. So we are also dwarfed by this as well. It gives kind of a testament to what we may be witnessing. And of course, on the topic of scale, this is pretty common with the original artist's style. I have some additional works from him, and I'll bring those in real quick and see what we can learn. Alright, so I brought in two additional works, both from the original artist Joshua Brockett, who created the work at hand. For example, the work on the left, this is the first one that I ever showcased from him. Of course, you see the scale in all three compositions here, but he typically shows some subjects to kind of give a sense of contrast to the grand scale of the scenes which he creates. So in both instances, or really all three instances, you have that sense of scale, but especially in the two works on the right, you have that harrowing blood red. And so this is pretty important. Of course, most of the artist's work has this immense sense of scale that just dwarfs the viewer when you see that display. So I want to bring that in real quick and kind of compare to the original work today. You know, the title of this work as Red Pill certainly reveals the symbolism at hand. The red pill or the blue pill originated from the hit sci-fi movie The Matrix and has come on to be very popular symbolism. And so the choice to take the red pill instead of the blue pill allows you to see reality for its raw and even unnerving truth. I think we certainly feel that here. With this in mind, would you take the red pill or would you take the blue pill? This is a very abstract and, of course, horrific work. I really hope you'll enjoy it today. Of course, due to the nature of this abstraction, other elements such as, rhythm, such as texture, such as placement, those are going to be speaking most clearly within the work at hand. But unlike most abstract works, we do have some symbolism here. Of course, we previously talked about that just a second ago, but really hope you'll enjoy it today. The work before us is a digital render, so it's created with a digital rendering program. That program is going to be Cinema 4D with some assistance from the Octane engine. So all in all, Cinema 4D is a very professional program. I know everyone from Brockett to Beeple to Future Self are all using Cinema 4D to create their renders. So if y'all enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out the original artist. And of course, if you want to get involved in the world of 3D art, Cinema 4D is a pretty professional program. Of course, it is not open source like the program of Blender, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of artists who use Cinema 4D, so that must be for a reason. Like I said, I really hope you'll enjoy it today. We talked about so many different things from, say, the visceral and harrowing aesthetic of this red. We talked about the red pill symbolism from the Matrix. We talked about the grand sense of scale and so much more. Like I said, I really hope you'll enjoy it today. If y'all enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out the original artist Josh Brockett, doing some amazing stuff, a very dedicated artist for many years at this point. Like I said, I first showcased one of his work in the first year of the Apollo Art Exchange, so he is a veteran at this point. Like I said, really hope y'all enjoyed today. If y'all did, go check out the original artist. My name's Apollo, this was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.